Hi class and welcome to the second lesson from 9.14, Expressions and Substitution. So we've got our LO at the top. You can pause the video now and spend 7 minutes working through our retrieval task. If you need to give yourself more space to do working out, because I know this retrieval task is quite cramped, use the back of your book, use your whiteboards. Don't be afraid to show you working out. Okay, so here we go. Here's the answers for the first ones. I'll just go through a few to help explain them further. So with our first one, it's just using our column method, noticing that after the 8 we have a placeholder of 0, which is going to line up with this 2 that's in the hundredths column here. So with this problem here, we know that once it's £40, that would have been 80% of the original price because it's had 20% off. We use that to work backwards and find our 50. The area of a trapezium, again, we remember that it's the base here added to the length at the top. So we get 10 add 2, all divided by 2 and then times by the height, and that is in meters squared. So 10 add 2 divided by 2, so that's 12 divided by 2, 6 times 4, 24. And then our problem here, there's a lot of percentage work here. And then our percentage here, so F increased 750 by 20%. So 750 is 100%. So if we divide that by 10, we get 75, which is 10%. 75 times by 2 gives us 150, so that's 20%. And now we want to increase it by 20%. So we've had to add the 150 to 750 and we get our 900. Give yourselves a mark out of 6 there. And we'll move on. So now we're looking at forming expressions, specifically statements. So let's get. So example 1, write the expression. So we remember that an expression is a collection of terms connected by addition and subtraction. This is just me doing a brain dump, guys. And we don't have an equal sign of an expression. That would turn it into an equation. So for the I do, 27b is subtracted from 5b. So we have 5b and we are subtracting 27b. Now because our variables are the same here, we could in fact collect those, but we've just been told to write the expression, so we'll leave it like that. Pause the video now and give yourselves 30 seconds trying to solve the we do. Okay, again, so we have to read our question very carefully. So 25b is subtracted from 5b. So 5b is what we're starting with, and then we're subtracting the 25b from that. Again, the terms and the powers that they are 2 are the same because they are b to the power of 1. We just don't need to write the 1. So we could simplify that again, just for the people that want to stretch themselves. So if we were to do 5 lots, subtract 25 lots, we'd end up with negative 20 lots of b. That's just for people that wanted to recap how we collect terms, but that will come later. So again, it's looking at language and how they can try and almost trip you up, but they're trying to test your understanding of language and how these expressions can be formed from different sentences. So again, this one we have 5b less than 25. So if we're 5b less than 25, then we're starting with 25b and we're taking away 5b. So pause the video now and see whether you can do that in the next 30 seconds. The success criteria is here to help you if you need it. Okay, so we've got 5b less than 27. So 27b minus 5b. And that would be your answer. Okay, here's another one. So now we have 27b subtract ab. So this one we have more than one variable now. We've got b over here and we've got a and b here. So let's have a look at the success criteria this time. So determine the position of each term. The position of each term is important for subtraction and division. So that's what we're doing. We can see it says subtract. It says the position of each term is not important for addition or multiplication. Simplify the expression if possible by collecting like terms. Okay, so we did have a look at that 2 slides back. We'll have a look at this one now. So we've got 27b subtract ab. So now we have a b term here and a b term, but we also have another multiple of a. So we can't collect these two here. So let's look at this. So this can't be simplified because we have 27 lots of b and then a lots of b, which we're subtracting. So that can't be simplified any further. Pause the video and give yourselves 30 seconds to try and write the expression for this redo. Okay, so we have 27a and we are subtracting ab. And there's our final answer. Can't be simplified any further. Okay, so now we've got a different function. We're still using division, so again, the order matters. So says our success criteria. So we have 27a divided by ab. Now we can write that as 27a over ab. So we're just representing the division as a fraction. But now we can simplify this. We can take out a factor of a. So if we divide top and bottom by a, we just get 27 over b. And there is our simplified final answer. So now we're going to look at simplifying as well as we go through this. So just like at the start when we could have collected the terms, now we're going to look at simplifying them as well, as stated on our last piece of success criteria. So pause the video now and try and simplify and write the expression for the redo. Okay, so we get 27b over ab. This time we have a factor on the top of b in both. So our expression simplifies to 27 over a. Give yourselves the mark if you got that right. So now again, we're going back to reading very carefully. We can't rush through this and just think that says 27a divided by ab. Now it says 27a divides. So it's the 27a that is doing the dividing. That is the divider. So we have AB divided by 27a. So let's write that as a fraction. So we've got AB over 27a. We can take out a factor of a from the top and the bottom. That leaves us with b over 27. There is our expression circled. Pause the video and give yourselves 30 seconds to try and solve the fifth example. Okay, so 27b divides ab. So 27b is our divisor. So we have ab divided by 27b. As a fraction, we get ab over 27b. We can take out a factor of b and we get a over 27. So again, give yourselves the mark if you got that right. Great work if you did. If not, try and use the success criteria to help you and the question that we did, or that I did, sorry. So as you can see, that they are very similar. I'm looking to model it so that you can reflect on how I've done it and bring that to your own method thinking. So now let's read the question. So question number 6, circle the correct expression. So 27 times smaller than AB. So if we said something was 10 times smaller than AB, we would end up dividing it. So if we want something to be 27 times smaller than AB, are we doing the first one? No, we're not, because that is subtracting 27. Are we multiplying by AB? No, we are not. Are we completing 27 divided by AB? Well, that would be breaking up our 27 into lots of AB, so we're not doing that either. So we are completing AB split up into 27 equal parts. We're dividing by 27. So that is the correct expression for that statement. Pause the video now and give yourselves 30 seconds again to find the correct expression that matches this statement. So again, you can think about an example with numbers as if it helps. If I said something was 2 times bigger than 10, you would expect it to be 20. So now we're saying 2 times smaller, so we're going to want the inverse of what I just did in my example. So we're going to be dividing by the number 7. So again, this is going to be our correct answer. Give yourselves the mark if you got that correct. And now a very similar one. We're looking at now 27 times bigger than AB. So if we want something to be 27 times bigger than AB, we're looking at multiplying. So if we're looking at it being 27 times bigger than AB, then we're looking at multiplication. So we're going to want the answer at the bottom. Now pause the video and try and decide in the next 30 seconds what is the answer to our we do. So here we go, we're looking at 7 times bigger than AB. So we're looking at a multiple again. So we want to be 7 times bigger than AB. So we have our AB and it's being made 7 times bigger by multiplying it by 7. So now we're looking at returning to indices and powers. So I'll write an expression for this. So AB is raised to the power 7. So now AB is raised to the power 7. So we have to remember that the 7 is being applied as a power to both variables, the A and the B. So we could also write that as A to the 7, B to the 7. Now pause the video and solve the we do. Give yourselves 30 seconds. Okay, so again we have BC and it's being raised this time to the power of 5. We have to put the brackets to remind ourselves that it's being applied to both. So we have B to the power of 5 times by C to the power of 5. Give yourselves the mark if you got that one right. So we're now going to look at moving on to some where you can practice this yourself. Okay, so pause the video for me and spend the next 4 minutes working through the first set of expressions. Okay, so here we go. Make sure that you've simplified them as well. So as we can see, we've got 6b divided by 36. We've put that into fractional form, and then we've took out a factor of 6. See that? So we end up with 1b over 6, which is just b over 6. We've also got here that when we're writing our expressions, a times by b is just denoted, or it's just shown as ab. Make sure you've been simplifying your examples. Now here we go. What you have to do now is you have to match the expression to the statement. So you could put A matches with 3, for example, or however that would work. Pause the video, give yourselves 3 minutes on this. And again, as we can see, b divided by 6, b split up into 6 equal parts is the same as saying 6 times smaller than b. And b links with 5, 6 reduced by b, and so on and so forth. Again, give yourselves the mark. How many did you get correct out of 6? Okay, so great work on that introduction, guys, to statements and forming your own expressions from them. If you're really proud of your work, make sure you send a picture of it through to your teacher. Also, make sure you send through proof of your work to your teacher as well, in whatever format they do. And make sure you go on to Hegarty to look to solidify this knowledge and just have a moment of reflection now. What came easy? Was the language the toughest part for you, but you were good at simplifying your expressions? Have a little reflect on that now, and it will really help when it comes to sharpening those skills. Have a nice day, guys. I'll see you soon.